excuse me, the Lakers were skeptical because they didn't want to quote unquote lose him. They didn't want to quote unquote lose him.
Man, that's what I was like.
So King J, let me ask you, King J, before I let you go. What were the adjustments in the Western Conference Finals? We didn't see any real adjustments until Game 4. That's when he finally played Tristan Thompson. We saw Malik Beasley finally get in the game. He just threw everything at the wall in Game 4. We didn't see no adjustments Game 1 through 3. 0.
And that's why. So that's what I'm saying. So I hope for this year. It's like what hope when last year we seen we already had some ballers last year. We had a squad last year. No people there trying to say we had we ain't had nobody last year. No, we had it. We had the team last year. We could have won last year, but we got swept. And this year we got some good players too. But I mean, what is how to overcome this?
You're a failure as a ninja.
Because what happened last year, man, this shit. We got the same coach from last year. No matter who we we got to see what Birmingham going to do these seasons. That's only for everything.
I looked at the ESPN ranking, the top 100 players or whatever it is. That's why, I'm not mistaken, I believe the Lakers are the only team that has 2 players in the top 10. LeBron at number 9 and he at number 10. I don't believe any other team has 2 players in the top 10. But getting to the season, they all have like I said last year,
for sure. But you already know, I'm already in the chat, man. I listen to everything, bro, man. Keep it going and pay us for sure, man. For sure.
Even last year, you got Russell Westbrook, LeBron James, AD. Got 3 top 75 players on the roster. Now, what other coach can say that? What other coach can raise his hand and say, I got 3 future Hall of Famers on my roster? Who else could say that last year? Going into the season last year, who else could say that? Nobody. There was no other coach. Y'all keep saying, "Oh, he didn't have a good roster, Reg. His roster was garbage."
Babe,
Reg.
I'm rolling up.
Really? Wow.
Can you hear me, babe?
Yeah, they sure didn't give any
Can you
help.
hear me? Can you hear me?
They didn't give no help. None. You didn't have no help. You just had LeBron, the greatest player in the game currently. You just had AD, You just had AD.
I'm rolling up at the moment.
Hall of Famer, top 75 player. That's all, They didn't give him no help. You didn't have no help. And you couldn't win a fucking game to start the season. 0-5 last year, ladies and gentlemen. 0-5 to start the season. Couldn't win a game. So like I said, man,
yeah, my fault. I'm at the same screen.
Season, man. I'm just, shout out to my guy Xavier, man. He was here with us last year. You guys know how optimistic I was last year about the Lakers, about Darvin Ham, about everything. This year, I'm not.
You can feel me with you? You can feel me with you?
There's no telling me,
hey, yo.
So,
I can feel you with me, too.
We play well all season. We can get through the first, second round of the playoffs just like we did last year. When we get to the Western Conference Finals, he's going to bust out a 3-guard line. Like, what the fuck, bro? What the fuck, bro? Like, come on, man. That shit worked versus the Warriors, bro. That's not going to work versus Denver, bro. I'm not a coach, and I can tell you that, bro. That's not a starting backcourt that's going to get the job done against Denver, fam. Like, but no, that's what he did. And y'all want to act like because it was 6 months ago that niggas are supposed to forget about that. No, that happened. That happened.
Babe, how was your day, babe? How was your day?
JJ, you said, remember, Ham is only the coach because the Lakers refused to trade Russ, even when it was obvious it wasn't a fit. Yeah, we got rid of Frank Vogel when we should have gotten rid of Russ. What the fuck did Russell Westbrook win for the Lakers? He didn't win nothing for us. At least Frank brought us a chip. What the fuck we got rid of Frank for? But like I said, it is what it is, man. Which Frank the best? We got black folks who said we got him to babysit Russ and be the Russ whisperer, and he couldn't even do that. Exactly, black folk. You remember how him and Russ ended? Remember the final game Russ played with the Lakers before the trade deadline? He was standing up on the side of the court, and Darvin was looking back at him like he was his.
Oh, foul. Oh, you enjoy that crackers and cheese. You enjoy that crackers with cheese.
He was put in a tough situation because he had a lot of pieces that were talented, but they didn't necessarily fit. And then you ask a rookie head coach to come make it work. Then now, if we bring in an elite guy, if the Lakers would have went and hired, one of the elites, out there that have a track record of making things like this work, then maybe. But I don't know why we put that responsibility on a rookie head coach, and Darvin Ham to just figured it all out in his first tenure ever coaching. And we already know for coaches, it's already going to be a challenge just coaching LeBron. This is a guy that's smarter than most coaches in the league. So you're dealing with the challenge of coaching LeBron, understanding he's probably smarter than you, managing egos in Russ and AD, dealing with the fact that outside of those 3 guys, you probably didn't have much depth on the bench. So now you're struggling with rotations. Who do you bring in? Who do you trust around LeBron, AD, and Russ? And then you have to manage the injuries. He didn't plan for AD to go down. He didn't plan for LeBron to go down with injury. And then when those things happen, now it complicates it further for a rookie head coach. So he dealt with a number of changes, and that's why I say when you look at everything he had to deal with, from the injuries to the lack of depth on that bench to the ineptitude from being able to shoot at the 3-point line, he had no 3-point shooting. It was kind of a boiling pot for a team to struggle. And I think they did well to manage until they were able to make the trade, get pieces that work. And we kind of saw what Ham could do once they gave him more pieces that actually fit the system.
Now, Lamont, I see that you're in here, right? Like I said, I don't know if you're related to Darvin. I don't know what your, I don't know what your motives here are
yeah.
Right? But like I said, we covered every game last year for the Lakers, right? Pretty much. I think we might have missed maybe like 2 games, something like that. But we covered pretty much every game, right? So even when we had Russell Westbrook on the roster, Lamont, we were in winnable games, right? Chat, you guys remember? Let's go back to last season. Game, 3 against Portland at home. Remember when Russ, he shot the ball with it might have been I think he tried to go for a 2-for-1 or something like that. And then LeBron was like, what the fuck is he doing? And then we ended up losing that game to Portland. I don't know if you remember last year.
Oh shit, I got a random chill.
Home. We had a 16, 17-point lead against the Pacers. They came back to
same here.
I don't know if you remember.
I just got back to a moment to go get juice.
At home, we were up on Dallas 3 points. It was a double overtime game with Luka Doncic. We were up 3. The game against Boston. It's so many games, Lamont, that were winnable. It was, matter of fact, one game, I remember Dennis Schroeder asked Darvin, I believe it was either against Dallas, one of those games at home. And Dennis Schroeder, you can hear it on the TV, he yelled at Darvin and said, do we foul? Darvin said, no. We're up 3, Lamont. We're up 3. When you're up 3, 10 seconds left to go in the game, Lamont. I'm not a coach. Lamont. But I've seen numerous coaches, when they're up 3 with 10 seconds left in the game, what do, Lamont? They play
I want to make my
game.
own judgments.
They don't
Then
give
I'll
the other
decide
team-
what needs to be
they
done.
don't give the
Not
other
always.
You're a
team-
failure as a
they don't
ninja.
give the other team an opportunity to tie the game with the team. So, like I said, I see your time. I see.
I'm gonna become the best Hokage there's ever been.
For
You're a failure as a ninja.
I can give you multiple games from my pre-trade deadline last year that the Lakers should have won the game, but it was bad coaching. Why we lost?
No, so this is what's for me. All these games, all the games that you
My eyes
highlight,
can see now.
you
I
essentially
found
talked
the true
about
path
games
I
where
need to follow.
Is that
You're a
Lamont?
failure as a ninja.
and at the end they wilted. And so, what is one of the first things that I highlighted about this Lakers team? The first thing that I highlighted about this Lakers team is the lack of depth. When I see a team consistently able to jump out the leads, but then they wilt at the end of the game, now you're talking about, okay, the one thing we noticed last year, quarter, and now because you don't have any depth, because you don't have any viable subs that can come in and hold it down for LeBron or
I'm
AD.
glad I made
And so
you my
when you don't
student.
have that,
You're
they
a
look really
failure as a
good to
ninja.
start the game, but at the end of the game, now they're gassed. And now you still have to look down that bench, and you still don't see a lot of bodies that you can actually trust late game. And so when we say he struggled to coach, if you pull up, like we go to that Pacer game, if you look at the lineup that he had in to close the game, I could probably pull that up, and then we could probably go to the guys in that bench, and I could say, hey, Ridge, okay, this is the lineup that Darvin Ham had out there. What changes would you make so that they win the game? And you probably will look down that bench and be like, oh, I don't know if we go with these guys. You know, so the thing is, what decisions do you expect him to make when he's thinned out to that degree, and his stars are getting tired because he's having to run them 35, 40 minutes a game, close to 40 a game, because they don't have the depth. And that's where the challenges come in coaching. The challenges come in coaching there. You know, making those late game decisions. He can't take Brown and AD out, because then if he takes those guys out, then you're going to say that's bad coaching because he took them out, because he put bums in, because that's all they essentially had. And so that's what I mean right there. Those are the decisions that nobody. Yeah. I think we bashed on him too much, but he just didn't have many options early in the year before they made that trade. When they got depth, as soon as they got depth and you gave Darvin Ham more options, what's the first thing that changed? They looked significantly better. They looked better. The defense was better. The flow was better. The chemistry was better. And then it ultimately looked like Darvin Ham's decision making was better because he had more options, better options, and he had players that you could give legitimate. You could bring in and give legitimate rest to Brown and AD with.
Lamont, I got the game.
So I want you to go to the patient. Tell me the guys on the bench that you would have put in the game.
Listen. We're going to play the game, but I want to talk about
Come on! Yeah, fire stuff! Not quite.
What are you aiming at? Stay focused.
This is Scott. I won't let you get away.
I mean, I can pull the game up and I can tell you the guys.
Leave this to me. Take this. Take this. Come on. Come on. Right there. I can use. Come on.
That puts the Lakers up 101.
Here I come. Too slow. Here I come. Fire stuff.
This is going to be January.
Right here.
It's 11 seconds left. The Lakers are 101. Now it's
Almighty push. You're not going to get away now.
I'm not
Leave this to me.
Again someday.
The victor has been decided.
multiple games.
Hurry up and ask me. Let me do this.
Okay, no, but Rich, what you're talking about is so. What you're talking about is something situational. I've seen, and you can even hear announcers say, various announcers who coach, they'll say, "Well, I don't like the foul situation, but I like to play it out." And you'll have other coaches that say, "Well, I like the foul situation, and I like to play, a more possession body." That's just every coach plays a different. And I've seen games where they play that foul game. When I was watching San Antonio and the Kings a couple of years ago, when they played that foul game, and what happens? They send De'Aaron Fox to the line. What does he do? He misses the second free throw. He grabs the rebound, gets the shot up, and now we're going in overtime. Teams win the game. We saw it last year with Luka. Luka gets the rebound, right? Because they played the foul game, those are the shots. So it's overtime to win the game in overtime. So again, we've seen that same strategy backfired, and I can give you multiple examples. So that's just the strategy. Sometimes strategies work, sometimes they don't. That's just a philosophy. It doesn't always work. It doesn't always.
And that's fair. I understand exactly.
Final
I know
round.
exactly what you're talking
Begin.
about. And that's fair. This wasn't a it happened more than
I'll take you again someday.
Very nice.
But you can, as a coach, you can walk away from certain losses. Like when he makes a miraculous play or a miraculous shot to win it, sometimes as a coach, you have to just kind of, these guys, like some of these shots, and like you say these things late, you have to kind of shake their hand and be like, hell of a play, and we'll live with that. Sometimes you have to live with your decision making, and just because in one instance they might make a miraculous shot or play, and they might get the win, it doesn't change your philosophy of how you approach the situation throughout the rest of the year. One thing that rings out in the is consistency. If you play in a certain way, you have to ride with that strategy for the rest of the year. When you change small philosophies up like that, it confuses your team. So when you get in those moments where the guys don't know what to do, do we foul, do we not foul, we know what the philosophy is, and you stay consistent. And so we see what his philosophy is there. And does it work? Like I'm a coach where when I coach, fine. I'm not hitting the team on the free throw. I'm not stopping the clock. I'm not allowing the clock to run. You're gonna have to make a hell of a shot to play free. And that's just a strategy. Does it work all the time? No. But the other strategy that you're proposing doesn't work all the time either. So it's just a strategy. They work sometimes they don't. And it's fine.
The victor has been
That's all.
decided.
So you as a coach, if you're up 3, right, and the other team has the ball, 11 seconds.
That wasn't even a warm-up.
Are you saying as a coach you're going to give them an opportunity to tie? You're going to just play it out?
As a coach, I understand. My philosophy is that first of all, it depends on how much you trust your team. One thing you have to trust is I trust my team to, one, defend without fouling. Two, you have to understand as well, there's immaculate pressure for this team to have to follow through and execute a play perfectly and hit a 3 just to tie, not to win, just to tie. I'm going to allow the clock to run.
I won.
My team to rebound if the shot goes up, and I'm not fouling late game like that. I'm not stopping the clock. Late game, I never want the clock to stop. I want it to run, because every second that kicks off puts more pressure on the other team. But look, that's not knocking another coach that chooses to do it your way. These are just strategies that different coaches, and the teams that do it your way are generally teams that probably don't have a lot of trust in their players, right? And then you have to look at the strengths and weaknesses of your team. Is your team good? Are they prone to giving up rebounds off of free throws and things like that? So you don't want anything fishy happening. So you're not wrong with what you're saying, but Darden Ham's not wrong either for making his decision. That's all.
Thank you so much. I wouldn't have won without you.
Because as a coach, if I'm the coach, right, the reason why I would say to foul is because if we foul you, you go to the line, you only have an opportunity to make 2 free throws. Now I get what you're saying. They could purposely try to miss the second free throw. It could ricochet, go to a player on that team, and they could put the shot up and win the game. I'm gonna take my chances with that than to allow the team to tie the game up with a 3. You're playing the percentages, bro.
You're a failure as a
That's all I'm
ninja.
saying.
And it's just strategies. So all you're basically saying there is that what you said is a certain strategy. The other way to do it is also another strategy. And again, we've seen both strategies work, but we've also seen teams like we saw with Luka make a miraculous play off a missed free throw, throw it up, game goes in overtime and they win. Like, is that right there going to change the coach's philosophy to stop him from fouling? No. Just like a team hitting a ridiculous shot to send the game in overtime against the Lakers should have changed Darvin Ham's philosophy. As a coach, you need consistency. We've seen both of those strategies work and not work, but you got to stay consistent with something. He would be a bad coach if he changed his strategy and philosophy every time something went wrong.
Facts.
What you want to see from your coaches is consistency and just trust your guys to execute whatever your strategy is.
Facts.
That's what wins. That's all I'm saying. That's what they, it's not the end of the world. And also, when I'm looking at this Dallas game, I'm gonna tell you guys this on the court. You got Schroeder, Troy Brown, LeBron, William Gabriel, and Russell Westbrook. That was the in-game lineup for the Lakers versus Dallas. That's what they had in overtime. So if Darvin Ham wasn't subbing in the correct guys, so he had Russell, William Gabriel, Schroeder, Troy Brown, and LeBron. Who should he taken out and put in, and that would have won them the game? If it's about substitutions.
Wait, what are you asking?
I'm straight.
So what I'm saying is because I heard a lot of criticisms of Darvin Ham, his late game rotation. So
yeah, I didn't have a problem with the rotations. I have a problem with the strategy.
The strategy.
Yeah, the strategy.
Now,
and it's the same. And I noticed the same things once we got to the Western Conference Finals. I'm talking strategy. I'm talking rotations, schemes. What are we doing? That's what I'm questioning. Right?
But
like
that's
I said,
the thing. You can't
like
change your scheme in the playoffs. Like a lot of people make it sound like it's easy to change your scheme. You can't change it in the playoffs.
Lamont, like I said, bro, when we ended the series against Golden State, right?
Mm-hmm.
Game 6, we inserted Dennis Schroeder into the starting lineup, and we closed Golden State out in 6. Dennis Schroeder played great defense. Going into Game 1 against Denver, Darvin chose to play that same lineup against Denver. This is what I'm talking about. Especially in the playoffs, we can forget the regular season. Especially in the playoffs, Lamont, you gotta make adjustments from game to game, from series to series. The lineup that beat Golden State, a team that goes small, is not gonna be necessarily the lineup that's gonna beat Denver. So let me ask you.
That's the problem, Rich. That's the problem, because I asked you this question already. Let me ask you the question.
Lamont, let me ask you.
Yeah.
Why do you think Darvin didn't make any adjustments against Denver?
I'm gonna become the best Hokage there's ever been. You're a failure as a ninja.
Looking at who they had, looking at who was playing well, looking at the guys that he actually had in the rotation, I think Darvin Ham, because I thought going into the series, I thought he was going to switch it up and go big to match their size. But there's a trade-off there. If you go big to match Denver's size, it also takes away from some of the things that you're looking to do offensively, some of the things that gave you success against the Grizzlies, against the Warriors, or even just in the second half of the season after you made the trade. So, yes, it does boost you defensively, but you also lose other aspects of what you do well on the other side of the floor. So I just think he thought, just looking at what he did, looking at what he went with, he was willing to go with the defensive woes of Russell, and hopefully there was a trade-off there where he gets that back on offense and then wear some of those guys down. They Jamal Murray have to actually defend on the other side of the court, and it didn't work out the way they wanted. They didn't have a body. And that's why I asked you that. I said, if you had to run lineup, what lineup would you have started? And what would your rotations have looked like? And you even said your rotations still would have brought D'Angelo Russell playing for 25, maybe 30 minutes a game. So even if you don't start him, he still plays a high volume of minutes. And it doesn't change how much alone strategizes against He's showing up his inability to defend the pick and roll. He's still going to have Murray attacking him in the pick. Like, they still have the same problems. It's either going to be in the first quarter or the end of the first or in the second quarter. And you still have the same nightmare.
We got to summarize. You said, bruh, there's nothing wrong with having a trash coach. All I do is at that point,
Behind 8 trigrams airport. You're not getting away.
like I said,
Too slow.
I'm ready.
You're not getting away.
Behind you.
here was no one
Burn away.
The victor has been decided.
Now, what adjustment do you think he could have made?
I'll be right there.
Round 2. Begin.
I get it. So who would you have wanted to see start where you would have said we lose with this rotation up by Darvin Ham put the right rotation out there to start the game, and then he had the right rotation coming off the game. So that's what I'm saying is, if there was a right rotation, what was that right rotation? Was that version of the way?
like I said, personally,
It's no too slow. Too slow. Rotation right there. Leave it going. Behind the
No, I'm saying based on what you saw back, based on
Looks like you.
I'll be right there.
I believe
Here.
I'll leave the rest to you. Behind you. I'm ready. Burn away.
The victor has been decided.
done that. Golden State has not completely rearranged their starting lineup and the way they play basketball.
Final round. Begin.
Burn away. I'm ready. Burn away. Everything's ready. I'll support it. Right now. I'm ready. Burn away.
one thing I think even if we would have had Rob for this on the show, one thing he would admit to everybody, I made a mistake. We made changes that looked really good on paper, that we thought looked good on paper, but we didn't necessarily think them through all the way. And I think that maybe they thought that there were some moves that they could have gotten done to complement the Russell Westbrook trade that would have made that roster look a little bit better. Maybe like 3-point shooting, whatever it was. I think
he was doing a lot of running. Oh my God!
And I understand they made a mistake. They made a mistake. They weren't.
I'm not talking about
And that happens.
I'm talking about roster turnover though. Can you speak to the scheme in which the Lakers were playing in 2020 versus what they've been trying to do last year and this year and ever since?
Well,
in your opinion, why do you think they went from playing AD at the 4 next to JaVale in 2020 to
to now they're trying to play AD at the 5 for the entire season, and he's already came out and said he doesn't want to do that. Why do you think they had LeBron?
The reason it's different because it's different because you got what Vogel did and what Ham does. We can't expect it to be identical. You know, Vogel had success doing it with the guys that he had and the weapons that he had. And now Darvin Ham has a different set of tools to work with to start. And, you know, let's not act like these aren't decisions that he spoke with AD about. And a lot of us like to, you know, we've heard the rumors that AD says, I don't want to play the 5. Well, again, I don't think I'm almost positive Ham sits down with Brian and AD and says, where do you want to play? What do you think works for us for the guys that we have, with the players that we have in place now? Do you think this works? Like, I'm sure he strategized that. Now, does everything work? No. Right? And especially last year before the trade, when they had a broken roster, they had a lot of holes. They didn't have another true center on that team. Right? All of the other centers on the team were undersized, like Dwayne and Gabriels. So now they're trying to figure out how do we make this work on the fly until the front office pulls off a move that gives us the necessary depth that we need. And, you know, and then like I said, then nobody accounted for the injuries, the Brian injury, the AD injury, and then Russ just being out there by himself. And so there was just a lot of stuff to just threw monkey wrenches into the plan. And do I blame it all on Darvin Ham? No. This is a first-year coach that, in a year where everything went wrong, got the Lakers to the Western Conference Final.
Lamont, let me play you the audio of what Darvin Ham
Mm-hmm.
Darvin scam.
One second.
Hope that person okay.
You're a failure as a ninja.
As a guy who recognizes that you've had a ton of success with him playing that position, how do you manage what he wants and what's best for the team?
I just think it was more. I think it's more so not him not wanting to play center, but him just wanting to diversify his attack. And we have guys, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes, that their skill sets match up with his perfectly. That we can move him around a little bit.
You're a failure as a ninja.
You know, it's not a thing where he absolutely will not play center.
Good night, babe. I love you.
And he'll do it willingly. But it's just during certain segments of the game, as we go through the season, get into the schedule. We'll be able to throw in a different.
The future ahead of you is your death.
You're a failure as a ninja.
Players, you may see us out there playing
Night.
with Austin, D'Lo, Gabe, and Torian at the 4, Bron at the 5, maybe, or Rui at the 5. You're gonna see some big lineups, maybe with Austin, Torian Prince, Rui, Bron, Christian Wood, or AD. We have the ability to be able to throw the different variations of lineups out there. So I think his statement, his sentiments are not.
You're a failure as a ninja.
Not at all. It's just him wanting to diversify his attack, diversify the areas in which he's able to operate from.
So, like I said, Lamont, that to me sounds like a defiant head coach. I mean, that sounds like a defiant head coach, because the report we talked about this last season, Lamont. When Darvin Ham was hired, Anthony Davis, there was a quote, right? And I could paraphrase it for you. Anthony Davis pretty much said, this was last season, before Darvin ever coached his first game. He said, I personally don't want to play the 5. But if Darvin wants me to play the 5 and he thinks that that's what's going to help us be successful and win, I'm open to playing the 5. Cool. You go into the season, he's playing the 5. Chris get hurt against Lamont. He gets hurt against Nikola Jokic in December. He goes on to miss 20 plus games, right? Cool. Then we get to the Western Conference Finals. Starting center is going against the what happened with Lamont? He gets hurt. So now we get to
Well, you dare to challenge me. I will enjoy this for a while.
You're a failure as a ninja.
Sounds like he's being defiant.
Well, it's just like what Darvin Ham said, and I don't think he said, because there's going to be some teams where playing with a smaller lineup is going to be beneficial, a la the Warriors. There's going to be other teams now that they have more weapons. Jackson Hayes, Christian Woods, Florian Prince, where they can go in a big lineup. He says he's just happy now that he has all of the weapons in place to put out a number of different lineups so that they are now well equipped to attack any team in any style. So it's not about just saying, hey, dude, you're not playing a 5-9 this year. If you want him to be a situational coach, being a situational coach, as you said, requires you have the willingness as a coach to move him to the 5 if you need him at the 5 and you need to have a more versatile wing at the 4, right? Maybe more versatility at the 3, but also size. So again, you're asking for Darvingham to be more receptive to changing them stuff based on matchups. And when he tells you that that's what he's doing, then you still getting mad.
Yeah, because I don't believe him. Because like I said, we had personnel last year.
You did not. Hold up. You didn't have no personnel like in the playoffs. So I still bring you, when we take it back to Denver, you're still going to get posed with the same question. If Darvingham didn't have the right lineup out there, what lineup do you feel would have worked? And you still struggle to this day to tell me the exact lineup that you would put out there, and then maybe you're 3 or 4 rotational guys, and nobody here would say with a right line, it doesn't matter how you scramble up the rotation. With the Lakers last year, they're still losing to the Nuggets. They're losing. Maybe still one game and look a little bit better. How do you divvy up that lineup out there? What you switch around? The Denver Nuggets were beating the Lakers by just a pick. I don't care how you try to come up.
Never gonna give up. My ear. No more. Too slow. Yes.
No,
Too slow.
I always said, yeah, but I always said, this is what I said. I said, after I watched game 1, Lakers versus Denver, I said, my biggest mistake, and I admitted this early on, I didn't watch enough Denver Nuggets basketball. And I said, after I watched game 1, the first thing that I said, the Denver Nuggets are just a superior basketball team. They have more touch, they have more depth. And it was just clear. So how they control the game. I haven't seen up until that point the Lakers team led by LeBron and AD completely get control. And I said, when I see that, that's just a better team. And I just conceded to that. And then obviously that proved out the rest of the series. That's what I'm saying. If Darvingham made the wrong start lineup, then you tell me what the correct start lineup is. You're not going to say it. You're probably not going to say it because there's probably a lot of people that once you start talking about putting some of these other guys like Mo Bamba in the start lineup, or even Christian Thompson.
The victor has been decided.
No, they're not. And the reason why is because the Lakers went and added the necessary pieces that, like, so the Florian Prince, a lot of people are going to seem like a very average to below average move. What I see the Lakers doing is they're getting a 3-and-D wing defender who's just as big as the guys like Aaron Gordon. He can make the three-point shot, especially at corner 3, at about 39%. He can defend. Small 5, 4s, and 3s. He's great pick and roll.
It's like $30.
What did the Denver Nuggets do? Pick and roll. So when you think about big guys like Jackson Hayes, Jackson Hayes is just a tough. He's just a strong young body. But you just need somebody to go 40 and push around and help his man, his bang, maybe absorb a few of those fouls. Jackson Hayes is athletic enough to go get some of those crazy shots, those crazy passes. He plays with high energy, and those are the types of players that go into the Nikola Jokic. When you talk about Christian Woods, you're talking about a high skill guy on the offensive side of the court. A guy that can space those tough defenders out like Aaron Gordon. A guy that can space those tough defenders out back.
Downtown bowl, please.
Making it hard on AD and LeBron. And so when you talk about them making subtle moves, but these moves were directly aimed at the Denver Nuggets. It was directly aimed at the champs. Adding pieces that make you give you the ability. We put back up against them again. This is how we beat them. And I think we see that very early in the season. That's what you guys got game 1. And so you'll start from seeing the benefits of those
Oh
moves
crap.
right from the jump. Now, if they get blown out by 30, we'll come back and we'll say you're right. But do you really believe that the Denver Nuggets are going to walk the Lakers down game one and defeat them after the moves that they've made?
Good night.
I'm going to
I
become
know.
a
And
man
but
who surpasses even the
in the
Hokage
Vegas
himself.
odds also had Colorado Buffaloes as 21-point underdogs against TCU, and they had them as underdogs against Nebraska. So we know what those odds mean until the ball gets put into play. They don't really mean very much.
Right, but
Odds are based on what teams did last year.
okay. So I see what you're trying to do, right? So here's my thing, right? We got about 6, 7, 8 months before these pieces that you're speaking of, because I said this earlier on in the show, right? These pieces you're speaking of, the Torian Princes, the Jackson Hayes, all of these guys, right? You're speaking as if we have, you just spoke about them as if we have anything to base, as if we have anything to base that opinion off of, and we don't. So what do I mean? Like I said, Lamont, the first round, the intensity is completely different from the regular season. The second round intensity is completely different from the first round. The conference finals, the intensity is completely different. And then the NBA finals is completely different, right? Every level you go up, the intensity heightens. Guys think, you start getting the bubble guts, your hands start getting sweaty, right? So what I'm saying is, guys like Torian Prince, guys like Jackson Hayes, guys like Christian Wood, please do not try to sell me on these guys, because our goal, Lamont, is not to get to the second round and lose. It's not to get to the conference finals and lose. It's to win the whole thing. And we've never seen Torian Prince, Jackson Hayes, Cam Reddish. I've never seen these guys that play no big time.
I'm weak.
The person that we've added that has played
I'm weak.
real minutes in the playoffs is Gabe Vincent. That's it. The rest of those guys you mentioned, like I said, the guys we had last year had the same exact experience as they did. None. Malik Beasley, Lonnie Walker, Thomas Bryant. I mean, I traded to Denver at the trade deadline, so not Thomas Bryant, but Mo Bamba, guys like that, they had no experience. And what happened? Darvin wasn't playing these guys. They weren't even playing. So you're saying right now on, October, 15th, you're saying, well, these guys are they're going to make a big difference come playoff time. And I'm saying, I'm not so sure about that.
It's like
hold on, Lamont, before you go. We got Anubis in the chat. You said, bro, Prince has played in the playoffs. I didn't say he hasn't played in the playoffs, Anubis.
With the thunderclap be gone.
You're a failure as a ninja.
I've never seen him in an NBA finals. Like I just said, bro, first round intensity is different from second round. Second round intensity is different from third round. We saw it last year, Lamont, with D'Angelo Russell. First round, second round, Memphis, Golden State, he was playing decent. We get to the conference finals, and he wet the bed.
So I think the example I would give you is this.
I'm not
and this is
my
where
old
coaching
self
will come
anymore.
into play.
You're
So
a failure
you
as a
can just use
ninja.
the very guy that you mentioned in Gabriel Vincent, and then you can even talk about one of his teammates, in Caleb Martin. Neither one of these guys have any significant playoff history that would tell you these guys could explode and help you along into a run that will get you to the finals.
Anymore.
The one thing that the Miami did, what they did, that coach and Eric Spoelstra is one of the best coaches at staying consistent with what they do and making it simple. So the thing is, he simplified the job by staying consistent all year in what they do. Right? By staying consistent in roles.
I'm not my old self
what he did
anymore.
was by the time those guys got to the playoffs, they
ninja.
knew what to expect with regards to their role. They knew what their role was. They knew how to play within that system. There wasn't a lot of changes here and there. And so that's what gives guys confidence in the playoffs. Being consistent in what the coach does. Like, if we know the coach isn't going to be making these sporadic substitutions and rotational moves here and there, that's what gives the guy. That's why Gabe Vincent was able to go out there and shoot with confidence and know the coach ain't going to yank him out the game. Caleb Martin is able to go out there and play like he's a number one option because he knows, okay, this has been my role. We know that Jimmy Butler likes to fall back sometimes and lock in on defense, so they understood all of their roles. And so if Darvin Ham, as a good coach, can look to what other coaches are doing, how do we instill confidence in some of these young guys, these guys that haven't had a ton of playoff history? Well, you do that by being consistent and not making a ton of crazy changes. Be consistent in your philosophy, schemes, and that. And that's what gives players confidence. And that's what the best coaches do. They stay consistent. They're not wildly making changes all over the place just because they're scared of a certain matchup.
Okay, so let me ask you this, right? You said going into, well, after the series, well, you said, I guess you said after the series, you said that Denver was superior, right? So, what players what player or players, right, do you feel?
I'll hit you with the full power of youth!
You're a failure as a ninja.
Like I said, we had number 8, Jackson Hayes, Gabe Vincent, Corey Prince, right? Who, you know, you're saying now the Lakers are better. So what player, like, I mean, what player made us go from being inferior to Denver to now we're superior to Denver?
Well, I don't think it was one player. I think it was the committee of players that they brought in that gave Vincent his skill set. His skill set gives them more versatility with regards to their approach to certain teams. And so when you have a Gabe Vincent, when you have Torian Prince, you combine that with Jackson Hayes, and then you talk about a guy in Cam Reddish who is just a walking bucket, and then also a motivated Cam Reddish. Cam Reddish is now take guys that are playing for their NBA livelihood and they play far better than anybody predicted just because they're playing under the threshold of LeBron and they know that if they don't play right, they could be out the league. We saw that with Malik Monk. We saw that with a number of other guys that whose contract. We even saw that last year just with what's his name? Lonnie Walker. These are guys who are once put out the league if they don't have a good season with the Lakers. He's on a contract year. So now it's not only just Darvin Ham. Some of these guys under contractual pressure to perform and play well and buy into the system. And so you got a combination of guys that now you don't have to just count on D'Angelo Russell playing well. He's not playing well. You have a more solid, more sound, more fundamental guard. Right? They really have to really struggling with it defensively. If you choose something you want to exploit at the 4, you can put AD at the 4 and bring in AD for the next. You couldn't do that last year, and you still got Jared Vanderbilt, who's just a defensive crazy. You know, he's just a nightmare for teams defensively. So you still got those people. You still got Austin Reeves, a guy that's a utility guy you can put in at the 2 or 3 spot. So again, they just added to the weapons that they got. I just can see what Laker fans or Laker fans should be excited about going into this season. They made all the right moves. They might have won the offseason.
I'll do it! Fire time! No way! Go for it! Right here! There you go. Too slow. There you go.
Doesn't that smell great?
No way!
Who is the best team?
Get your way. This ends
Who is the best team? Who is the best team after the Lakers? Who's the best team after the Lakers? Okay, so if you go through one trade there, and then they not only won the trade, not only traded that, they made the most surprising. Outside of the Miami, they made the most surprising run in the playoffs and get to the Western Conference Finals. And now they've made more moves, and everybody was saying what to do. It's like one. The offseason. So again, we're going to do another thing where people say that one with the pieces they have. And every time people say that,
all right, this is getting tight.
Significantly better after the rest game.
Fofo Kage.
I'll leave the rest to you.
This dude, we get it.
Let me do this.
Take over for me. Burn out. Firestar. No way.
Take this. That's all he knows. I'm probably flying out the map right now. I did that for myself. That's all they know is Fofo Kage.
Begin.
That's all they know.
Over here.
All set. The victor has been decided.
I waited long enough.
Final round. Begin.
I agree. Again, but this is what the Lakers can't do. The Lakers can't try to hit the cap with every move that other teams make. And I think the Lakers did a good job of understanding that when the playoffs start, we don't have to be everybody.
I'll leave the rest
We
to
just
you.
have to win our matchup. And so that's the beauty of the playoffs. You just have to beat the team that's in play. You don't have to play every team in the league. And then you have to build your roster in a way where you know you can go into the playoffs with everybody is healthy, because a lot of it is going to be based on health. Like, I think if the Knicks are 100% healthy last year, I believe they got two takes.
Let's go. Over here.
Let's go.
I waited long enough. You're not going to get your way. This ends now. No way. Take over for me. I'll help. You did too slow.
Right here.
Too late.
Got it.
Stay focused.
Pretty. Time.
Hurry up and after me.
Doesn't that sound great?
Stay focused.
All set. A sing flash is too slow.
And you can.
Can't you defend?
And let's say, the way I have
I'll leave the rest to you.
LA to be 1-2 in the West. What's the beauty of being 1-2 in the West? Is that as the 1 seed, you got your own path to the Western Conference Finals, and as the 2 seed, you got your own path. You guys, things have to go extremely perfect for both of them to move to the L. That's the good matchups and everything. So the thing is, it doesn't necessarily matter how good a team is. That's not going to matter unless those two have to match up what we predict them to match up, which is in the Western Conference Finals. So if I just think that the Western Conference maintain the right record throughout the year so that they can position themselves to the best player.
That dude's a bum. Whoever that was, that dude really is a bum. You saw all that spamming he did? Did you see all that spamming he did? Take this. Take this. That dude is a bum.
Our roster to make sure we can beat them. What you got to do is you got to look at who you have, which is Bron and AD. You have to Cam's coaching philosophy, and you just ride out for rank. And I think they did a good job of not be overreacting to all the trades everybody else was doing. They're not overreacting. And I think they did a good job of not overreacting and just understanding, like you said, they got 2 of the top 10 players in the NBA. They don't need to chase the first star. They just need complementary pieces. They did a good job.
Okay, I'm looking at Phoenix's roster right now. They got Yuta Watanabe from Brooklyn. He was a very good 3-point shooter last season.
One of the best in the league.
Exactly. Josh Okogie picked up Yusuf Nurkic. Nazir Little was a very good pickup. They still got Damian Lee. Picked up Eric Gordon. Obviously, they had KD, D-Book. They got Bobo. I thought that was a great pickup. Bradley Beal. And they got Grayson Allen. So, like I say, man, I hear everything you're saying, Lamont, and you make good points. You really do. But this is not last season. So, you're saying, see, it's funny, right, what you just said. You're saying, well, the Lakers can't look at Phoenix and worry about what Phoenix did. They got to just really worry about who they faced last year in the playoffs in Denver. And I'm saying, well, how do we know we're even going to match up with Denver again this year? There's no telling how it's going to be. It's a completely different season. There's no telling who we can match up with in the Western in the playoffs next year. There's no telling. So, like I said, man, to me, Lamont, this is going to come down to coaching. When you look at Frank Vogel. Let me ask you this: who would you say is a better head coach, Frank Vogel or Darvin Ham?
Frank Vogel, nigga. What the fuck?
You have to say Frank Vogel is the better coach. I mean, I'd be a fool not to say he has a championship and he coached LeBron. He knew how to manage the ego. So you got to say bring both.
So let me ask you this: who would you say is a better coach, Mike Malone or Darvin Ham?
I'll never give up! You're a failure as a ninja.
I would have to say Mike Malone. Just because of resume. Like, remember, Darvin Ham is if we do a ranking of the best coaches in the league, Darvin Ham's probably going to be in the top, in the bottom, quarter. He's probably going to be listed just because his resume. All he has is the Western Conference Finals. His resume, he just doesn't have the resume, So.
And this is where I was saying on the shows. Once we got to the Western Conference Finals, when I looked at the final 4 teams, and the people in the chat give out for me, when I looked at the final 4 teams last year, Miami, Boston, Denver, and Los Angeles, I said the Lakers were the worst coach out of all of them. I thought Darvin was the worst.
But what's the one thing that they also had that was the worst?
Round 1.
Out of all the teams left? That might be even the biggest thing that they talk about. They probably got to do with that.
Too slow.
Remember, Denver was not the most talented. Miami was not the most talented team. Those were the 2 teams in the NBA with the most talent. And it was not about talent. It wasn't about trying to get as much players as possible. They had they were still not the most talented. It's other teams far more talented. The face walking in season what it's trying to take is the same position. The Lakers did very well. They made the same route. They're keeping their chemistry. They're keeping their chemistry.
Too slow. You are decisive tonight. Come on.
Well then.
Escape.
Farewell.
Come on. Come on. Here I come. There. Here I come. Boring.
Better get serious. Well then.
How about this?
I really do. I think Denver, the reason why they always get bigger to
Come on.
I mean, the Suns coaching they even put out the injuries is because their 2 biggest weapons didn't rely on consistently getting to the rim.
Summoning jutsu.
To be efficient. Because LeBron has at this age, he's a much improved three-point shooter, but he does a lot of his work on the interior. The same with AD. And we saw
Not bad.
and AD struggle with how Denver called their lane.
Begin.
We're talking about KD and that don't need to get all the way to the rim.
Don't forget to leave a like.
He's going to have more space to work Jokic one-on-one because the one thing we did see was Jokic was like no problem with one-on-one.
I'll show you playing loud singing jutsu.
That's all. That's all.
Getso jutsu.
Too slow. Too slow.
Go for it.
I'll take care of
Go
this.
on, try the
Adverse reaction.
Now's the time. Here I come. Come on. The victor has been decided.
I would go with the Lakers.
Let's final round.
And I would go with the Lakers one because
Transportation
Transportation
technique. Die.
their 2 strengths the Phoenix Suns' 2 main weaknesses.
There you are.
As opposed to the Phoenix Suns' 2 strengths, which is jump shooting and jump shooting. They have the something those shots on a consistent basis. So what Phoenix does well is what the Lakers defend best. So the Lakers do best on the offense, is what even right now struggles to perform. So I think those two things will collide. And then I think that's why you would have to go with the Lakers. They just, you know.
So that's your full power. How very disappointing.
Okay, for example, last year, right, with the roster that they had going into the playoffs, I didn't really see things as being that much. Same with the Nuggets, right? I didn't really believe in the Nuggets for one because they hadn't done it yet, right? I have a little bit more faith now in the Nuggets than I did 6 months ago because I've seen them do it now, right? Same thing with Phoenix. I didn't really believe in their roster as much last year than I do now after the moves I've seen them made over the summer, right? So, yeah, man, you know, me personally, right now, I mean, okay, it's for my life, right? Here's how I'm looking at it. Right? Let's look at coaching. You already admitted that Frank Vogel's a better coach. I personally believe Frank Vogel's a better coach as well, right? So Phoenix will have the edge in coaching. When I look at Phoenix's big three, it's, you know, we still have to wait and see how it's gonna play itself out. But I gotta be real. Kevin Durant, and Bradley Beal versus who would you say is the third member of the Lakers if you had to pick a big three for the Lakers? Who would you say is the Lakers' third best player?
I mean, if I would say that their best player right now,
I believe the definition of a true ninja will never change.
They have a different
You're a failure
third
as a
best
ninja.
player, it seems like every night. Because their third best player sometimes can be the best defender. Or their third best player can be a bigger guy like Rui and Austin Reeves on some nights. So I would think it would be a tie between Rui and Austin Reeves right now. But then you also have Vanderbilt to consider. So again, I think that's what is the problem with the Lakers, their flexibility. They're not, again, Bradley Beal is the Suns' third best player, but everybody knows what he's going to do.
You're a failure
Bradley
as a
Beal
ninja.
has a great night. It's always going to be because he's scoring the basketball. It's not going to be like a Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves can have a great night and only score 8 points because he impacted the defensive end, because he was getting a ton of loose balls, because he was making plays. So that's the difference right there. We know who the Suns are. We know where the point of attacks are going to come from. With the Lakers, it's much different now. It's much more difficult to just say where the true points of attacks are going to come from.
Okay, when I look at the Lakers, right? So like I said, Phoenix has a big three: Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker. So let's take Phoenix's best player, Kevin Durant. Would you say KD is the best player? Or would you give it to D'Lo?
No, KD's the best player.
Okay, so you got KD is the best player on Suns, and then you got LeBron is the best player on the Lakers. Now, by the
Round one. Begin. Fire style.
Right. Over here. Almighty
No, I think you can have a chance right now.
Look, this is gonna be explosive.
I think KD's a slightly better player than LeBron. I just don't look at the game like that. I think the game is about who's going to have the bigger impact on a game-to-game basis. If you ask me who's going to have the bigger impact on a game-to-game basis, it's always going to be LeBron. Who's the better player? Obviously, KD. It is not allowing the back to you have to be doing it to score for yourself. It's about what you can do on the defensive end. Because LeBron has to. LeBron's not always going to have an impact on the defensive end, but when his numbers come defensively, he shows up and he can have an impact on that guy, more so than KD. So that's what LeBron's gonna have a bigger impact. As long as he stays healthy.
This is gonna be
But
explosive.
if you keep these weapons around LeBron being healthy, I think they're a better team staying the team.
It's about time. Take this. Here goes. Almighty push. Let me fight. Take that. You're not going to get your way. This is about time. Here I go. That's it. Over here. Fire style. Fireball. Here I go. Fireball jutsu. Good luck. Iron Sand Coagulum 6. You're not going to get your way.
That's it.
This ends now. Here I go. Let me fight. Fireball jutsu. Take this. Take this.
Draymond doing off the start of the season.
Too weak. Time to get serious.
Take that. Let me fight. Over.
I don't know if the Lakers are trying to win the West. I don't think they care about that. I think they're always doing the good to win a championship. Yeah, well, no, I think the number one goal is you have to get to the playoffs healthy and with the best team possible. If you focus on those two things, everything else will fall into place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. Remember the year when the Golden State Warriors won the championship? And then Draymond Green went to the playoffs. I don't care what we're winning the championship. That's because they have a focus on
This ends now.
Draymond, who was running from the basketball, finding a way to get him back. That play was perfect. And he ready to play when he comes back. And they were more focused on the defense as opposed to standing around at all the other things. Okay, we have to worry about them as well. They just said, we just have to focus on us. As long as the Lakers focus on themselves and their chemistry, they're going to be the teams that other teams will have to look over.
Final round. Begin.
I saw right through that. Iron Sand Coagulum attack. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Get out. I saw right through that. This is gonna be explosive. Almighty push. Look at me fire style. Fireball jutsu. Let's go. Too slow. My artist soul is aching to get out. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Sand Coagulum attack. Almighty push. It's about time. Too slow. My artist soul is aching to get out. Almighty push. You're not going to get your way. This ends now. You're not going to get your way. Let me fight. This ends now. Fire style. Fireball jutsu. Too slow. You're not going to get your way. This ends now.
Like, I think if they were going to go for the game, maybe they have at least two guys. And I could start this one having a lot of good characters. I think it'll work. And it is, I could be completely wrong. I love the scores like that. And neither one of them that's just been a guy like LeBron. He's watching this thing that's playing more of a real player than most players. So, I just don't know. I mean, I don't know. It looks really good like that.
GG.
But, man, to make that work.
I will not fail to make my ideals reality, just as the sage of the six paths once did.
Big time behind tandems put together with all of these high-level scores actually work. It hasn't worked yet.
Okay, let me let a new get in here, man. All right, go ahead and.
All right, man. Hold on, I'm gonna go ahead.
All right, appreciate it, man. All right, go ahead and do
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
I want to bring up a point that nobody talks about. Last year, when the Lakers played Denver, LeBron was hurt playing through an injury, a foot injury. Nobody puts that in consideration. LeBron wasn't 100%, and then come to find out at the end of the season, AD was nursing an injury. I feel like those were another big factors that they weren't able to beat the Denver Nuggets. And what's his name, Brown, from the Nuggets? They interviewed him, and they were like, they asked him, how did you guys beat the Lakers? You know what he said? He said LeBron got tired. Because they barely lost every game they played. They were in it all the way until the end. So it's not like Denver Nuggets is just blowing them out. That's how I know this year they're not going to do nothing because they got worse. You know, they lost their
My task is to protect the treasure that will lead the league forward.
They added more height to match them on defense. And that's all I wanted. So you don't see that small ball bullshit like last year. It's not excuse, but it's reality. It's 100%. Watch them Robert.
Let's go. Let's go.
Denver was more
right here.
It's the reality of it.
Let's go.
Was at 100% or closer to 100%, he would have played
Burn it all the way
during that season. He's messing up as well. That's what I'm saying. Watching LeBron for 20 years, I knew something was wrong. You know what I'm saying? By the way he was just jacking up shots and all the turnovers and shit. So that's what I'm saying.
Guess I'll use it.
Now, you may look at the sheet, but nobody brings it up. But if he was more than 100%,
Guess I'll use it. Guess I'll use it now.
Leave it to me.
Devin, what is it?
Allow me to break.
Let's go.
So I just feel like we're over-hyping the Suns. We gotta see what they
Let's go.
Ninja Arch. Too slow. Guess I'll use this.
I'll root for you.
Leave it to me. Let's go.
You gotta, what? The Lakers have this though. Not to cut you off, bro. The Lakers have two people on their team that want to championship. The Suns don't. So that kills that argument off. Let's be real. Let's be real. You got 80 and LeBron. The Suns don't got that.
I'll help.
Let's go.
Ninja Arch. Now, jump style.
Yeah, we didn't. There's Devin Booker show. He's no one show.
Guess that's it. Take over for me.
I'll root for you.
I guess that's it.
Let's go.
Shall I cover for you?
Too slow.
I just feel like people talking about them like they're going to come out of the West. They don't understand it's not so guaranteed. You know what I'm saying? You still got to get through Denver. You still got to get through the Lakers. And I like our team more than I like the Suns because we play defense. The Lakers play defense. The Phoenix Suns, they don't play defense. They're trying to do 100, put up 130 points and stuff. So when it comes to the playoffs, you're going to have to play defense. I feel like that's where the Lakers got the edge.
I'll help. No way. Take over for me. Style. Wooden Dragon Jutsu.
No way.
That's all I'm saying. I like that we added more defensive players to kind of like, cause I feel like we got a good balance now. You know what I'm saying? And when Austin Reeves ain't playing defense, you can throw somebody else out there like Prince. You know what I'm saying? That can lock up the whoever gets off. I like seeing Cam Reddish guarding Damian Lillard. People are sleeping on Cam Reddish. He's gonna have. I feel like Cam Reddish. He gonna come around. I feel like just like Christian Woods, he had the time because when he first started, he wasn't doing as good. I feel like he's starting to win more. Sometimes these players gotta get used to playing the season. You gotta understand. That's what the preseason is for. We're not supposed to win every game in the preseason. Preseason is literally, and we're just trying to get in shape. We're trying to build attendance. That's it. You know.
All finished.
All right, what's going on here?
What's up, man? How you doing? Oh, yeah. The guy made some good points. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, it's going to come down. I hope nobody get injured. And that's for all the teams. So we can see who really, you know what I'm saying? Because every year, a lot of people get injured on all the teams. So I just hope everybody stay healthy. And then we're going to see about the Lakers is going to be dangerous. You can see everybody that's playing the Lakers in the preseason and then they playing the championship. And the Lakers over there just smiling and laughing. They didn't know the Lakers going to be destroying a lot of teams. I'm telling you. You know, like I said, it's going to come down and coach down.
Final round.
You know, you can't play the stupid lineup. Play the right lineup, you're going to win a lot of games.
Let's go.
You play.
I'm gonna borrow your power, Ninetails. Right, let's go. Just as I thought. Now, right here. Just as I thought. Too slow. Ninja Art, Supervision Storm, right here. Try again. Just as I thought. Rasengan Koshu Neizai. Ichishiki. Wood style. Healing Dragon Jutsu.
I can go.
Just as I thought. Right here. Looks like I overdid it again. Shall I cover for you? Too slow.
Yo, stop with this bum ass running, my nigga.
Try again. Beautiful. I'll help. Let's go. Right here. Shall I cover for you? Can't you defend? Leave it to Ninja Art. Score too slow.
Yeah, because you can't put the wrong lineup now. The
Think hard about what you might be lacking.
You're the one who coined it, I think. I think I got Darwin Scam from you. You're the one who coined him Darwin Scam, right?
Yeah,
so
I'm the one that called him
You know
Darwin
as well
Scam.
as anybody, like, what he's about.
Yeah, so that's the only thing that worried me. The team is set up perfect for him to beat a lot of teams. They set up to beat Denver, they set up to beat Phoenix, and they really set up to beat the Clippers. The Clippers always had all the wings. We always had small guards. Now, we bigger than them, and we shoot just like them. So that's what I'm saying.
MJ, let me ask you this, right? Because I know you be on these other shows, right? On these other guys' panels. So let me ask you this, MJ, right? Now, I know these other guys, they do their shows, on the Clippers, right? They were very optimistic last season.
Why? We on the rock. What you gonna do? Why? What the fuck you are doing? What the fuck you doing? The fuck you holding the ball for? Hey, stupid ass holding the ball for, bro. Dumb ass nigga, man.
Now, MJ, you go on these other contenders. Like I said, I haven't really brought their name up on this show today. Like I told Lamont, I got Denver, Phoenix, and LA as the main contenders. Now, can you give me a little bit of intel, MJ? What are they saying over there in Clipperland? What's the word over there? Have you heard anything?
Clipperland.
But the land in the Clipperland, they still always want to talk bad about LeBron James. That's the main thing they bring up. And they think they're going to win again, and it's going to be the same old story. And I told them, when I told them, I said, we got all the wings for y'all. And I said, y'all kryptonite. I said, you know who y'all kryptonite is, right? They said, who? I said, you know. And they said it, Prince. I said, yes. Every time he play y'all, he hit y'all for 25 and 30. He be tearing y'all apart. So now Paul George and Leonard, they're not playing, who the guard we had last year? Little bitty man, what's his name? What's that guard we had? Yeah. No Westbrook, no Lonnie, no Porter Jr., whatever his name is. They went to Minnesota. Now, we got bigs, they can dunk on y'all. We got defense, and we got wings all over the place. And we got a guy, the X factor I'm gonna be telling you is that Vincent, man, that dude played like a monster. If somebody come down and hit on him, he come right back and hit you. He ain't playing with you, man. We never had that before. You know, like we had guys that be timid. You know, Dennis Schroeder, he was all right, but he'll come down, he'll choke in main game, have 2 points. You know, he'll be inconsistent. Man, Vincent will average 15, 13, sometimes 20 off the bench. So they in trouble, man. And they know it. And like I said, I'll be laughing. That Golden State, everybody. That's why they kept playing that run forward the other night. They kept playing him because they know all game. Now, just think he would have got hurt. That would have messed up their season right there. They played that dude the whole 4 quarters. Man, we playing all the young boys. You know what I'm saying?
MJ, what you just told me is that they don't believe the Clippers gonna win this year.
Yes, they don't believe. They don't believe. And that's why I say everybody that play the Lakers. The Lakers first, second half, play their team. And why they resting Vincent, because he played in the finals. They want to have his legs. They want that first game. They want to start off on a bang. And they make a good point. Now, if you saw the game tonight, when the big guy was in,
Both.
they had to come out, Lopez had to come out and check him. So a lot of that. He got mad, he went in that gym, got stronger, and he playing. He said, you ain't, like this punking. He punking you now. That's
But listen, I appreciate your call, man. But I gotta move on. I gotta go ahead and wrap the show up. But I do appreciate the call.
All right, fam. So,
all right, just call. Shout out to MJ. I'm sorry, man. You can't sell me on YouTube. I'm sorry.
Kawhi, we gonna rock. What you gonna do, Kawhi? What the fuck Kawhi doing? What the fuck you doing? The fuck you holding the ball for? Stupid ass holding the ball for, bro. Dumb ass nigga, man.
Shut your bitch ass up. Okay, Anubis, man. Let me just go ahead and get your final thoughts.
I just think we just have to wait and see, man, when it comes to the development of the team and the chemistry. But I like what I'm saying so far, man. Like, I'm really optimistic about this team. I just feel like they match up good against a lot of the top teams, especially watching them play against I like the way Anthony
Yo. I'm done. I'm done.
This season, so yeah, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
All
right. Peace. Yeah, man. Shout to Lou. Shout to my guy. A lot of the guys we did have last year, a lot of guys, I am happy.
I can't. I'm fucking crying.
It's like damn near. Y'all, a lot of the dudes we had
Yeah, I beat you to the gym today, Rusty. You're the reason why I'm in here. You posted me up first play, got and one. Didn't forget. Rusty goes, yeah, Lakers win. I want my ring. Right? All right, but bye, Russ. Well, we're going to be suited and booted, boy. I'm going to be right there waiting on that ring.
at the White House.
Shut your bitch ass up!
Man, I fell down to my knees and Lord came.
Like I said, Pat, I wish you the best, man. I see you over there in Philly now. Russ, like I said, bro, it's all love, man. I got love for you, Russ. You know, but y'all had to get the fuck on. I'm not even gonna lie. Y'all had to get the fuck on.
That's the greatest. This is the greatest stream ever.
Yeah, man. I wish everybody, like I said, Lonnie, man. You know, Malik Beasley, they did y'all dirty, but you know, it's the business. We had to get you guys out the way. So, it is what it is. Basketball in the building. Came through with the $5 super chat. Appreciate that, man. You said amazing show, Reg. Can't wait for the season. Questions are answered. Hopefully this season goes to plan for LA, like the video chat. Exactly, man. We'll see how it's gonna play itself out, man. We got a long way to go. The season ain't even started yet, so we're gonna see moving forward how this thing goes. So yeah, man. Like I said, shout out to everybody that tuned in. Do me a favor, drop a like on the video already. We got 80 likes on the video. Let's get the video to 100.
That's just the reality. That's just the reality.
That's just the reality. His fans make you hate. I got a question for you, because you talk about 6-0. You talk about 6-0 all day and night. What team?
That's just the.
What team did Jordan face that was better than those Golden State Warriors with Kevin Durant? Hold on. Answer the question, because people are getting restless now. Answer the question. We gotta go and wrap this up. That's the fourth. Listen, I'm going to explain to you. That's the force of clemency. You know why? You see what they do, Chad? You see what they do, Chad?
Hokage is the person who walks in front of everyone and bears all the pain. You're a failure as a ninja.
That's a force of clemency because we have to judge them on what they did.
Reality.
To their competition and their era that bronze sexuals get. They want to compare their final opponents with each other. Up. Like I said, I'm going to ask you again. No. You no. Stop comparing the eras. Stop. That's a force of clemency. Now, when he was rattling off all of Jordan's accomplishments and all of his MVPs and all of his finals MVPs, I let him eat. But when I ask him a question, you know what he does? He deflects and says, "No, don't ask me that." This is what they do. Answer the question. What team did Jordan
The
face
Hyuga clan is the strongest of the hidden leaf.
You're a failure as a ninja. It's a simple question. What team was it? Was it the Bulls? Was it the Jazz? Was it the Suns? Who was it? Was it the Lakers?
That was a bad question. Because it doesn't make sense.
You're a failure as a ninja.
It doesn't make sense. Go to bed. Now go to bed. I'm cooking your ass the whole show. Now go to bed.
No, because you not even. Nigga, how you gonna come and talk about you cooking? You not even answering my fucking question.
So hold on.
What you
Hold on.
What are you
So
cooking?
hold on. LeBron didn't have competition.
No. Stop deflecting and answer the question or go to bed. Who did Jordan play that was better than the KD and Golden State Warriors?
You're not going to bait me on a question that's baseless, bro. I've been doing this for too long. That doesn't make sense.
So you're not going to answer the question, are you?
Your question makes no sense.
Are you going to answer the question, yes or no?
Answer it.
It's a yes or no question.
What did you tell me? Did you not make
Are you going to answer the question, yes or no?
This is so good. We keep complaining about the Golden State Warriors.
Are you going to answer the question, yes or no?
The question doesn't make sense.
Yes or no?
Ask me a question that makes sense. I have no problem answering.
This makes perfect sense to a nigga that's got half a brain. But clearly, like I said, you're struggling to answer his question. Who did Jordan play that was better than the... Okay, fuck it. Fuck the Warriors. Who did Jordan play that was better than the San Antonio Spurs? With 4 Hall of Famers on the damn roster. Who did he play?
The 96 Sonics?
Fuck off the shit. Fuck off the shit, dog. This goofball nigga said the 96 Sonics. Get off the show, dog. I got a present for you. A nice present.
Yo. I'm going to kill you.
Why this bitch ass nigga spoke on me from jail? Why the fuck you even watching me? You supposed to be a gangster, but you watching me from jail. Man, you was a bitch. Hey, say, son, hey, say, bitch, when you got cut like that, or when you start talking like that, yeah, like, when you just got so real, bitch.
When you get so real, bitch.
No, this is what I'm saying. What Jimmy been through.
I'll show you my will of fire right now.
You're a failure as a ninja.
You know, I know that Jimmy Butler deserves to get the championship. I don't care. I don't give a fuck how you feel about anything else when it comes to a bunch of bullshit. But you know that Jimmy Butler,
you're a failure as a ninja.
If being hurt in 2020 or Jordan Dragic being hurt in 2020, who broke his neck, we would have been the champ. Yes or no?
Fuck no.
Okay, fucker, that's how you feel, bitch. But guess what?
No.
Fuck out of here.
Excuse me. Fuck to the no. Fuck to the no.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, PlayStation.
Ronaldo. You say you lost and move on, man.
Hey.
PlayStation.
Hey, this is what I gotta tell you.
Hey, PlayStation.
You need to move on.
Hey, PlayStation.
You got a bubble too.
Okay.
You got a bubble shit.
Wasn't you in the bubble, bitch? Wasn't you in the bubble, bitch?
Dog, you're not even gonna talk to me like that.
Exactly.
I tell you right now.
Exactly.
I tell you right now.
Exactly.
I tell you right now.
Weren't you in the bubble, bitch?
Hey,
Weren't you in the bubble, bitch?
Don't even worry about it. I'm supposed to be in Atlanta. Let's see all the shit you gonna talk. What type of fun, right?
Bitch, pull up.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, send that low. Yeah, send the low when you get here. Yeah, send the low when you get here. Yep. Send the low.
I got you.
Yep. Okay. Yep. We'll see you. Yep. We'll see you.
Inside your mouth.
You suck too much dick. How many dick did you suck last night? Bitch. How many people did you fuck last night?
All you is a keyboard hoe. You don't really believe it. Put your money